Hello, what's up guys? I'm Kyle from KGR, and this is a Jakks Pacific 4-inch Tails. There are many iterations of Tails that we've gotten over the years, but this one was the one that I personally wanted because of the fact that he came with his little Tails electronic thing. I'm pretty sure it actually says what it's called on the back. I didn't look yet. But yeah, as over the few weeks to a month, or I don't know how long I've been collecting these figures, I kind of speed ran this. Whoops. Anyway, point is, I didn't have Tails for a while. I had Sonic and Knuckles. I have so many incomplete teams, it's so silly. Like right now on my shelf, because I still have so many figures still in their boxes, because I still need to do unboxing videos for them. On the shelf I have Sonic and Knuckles, but no Tails. I have SBO and Vector, but no Charmy. I got Shadow and Omega, but no Rouge. Then I have a Cream in the box, but I still have no Amy or Big. Point is, some team has to be complete eventually, and we're starting with Tails with this guy because I like this. This is so awesome. We've actually gotten something pretty similar to this from Jazwares in the past, but this is like towards the very tail end of their hold of the license, so I didn't see it very much at Toys R Us when I went. But anyway, let's take a look at the figure itself. So we got the modern Sonic logo, Tails, figure himself, the accessory, and then on the back we get to see more stuff like 12 points of articulation, Tails with the Miles electronic. I knew that what it was called. I just didn't know if they called it anything different because of the extra stuff to talk to the wisps, but oh well. But anyway, so we got all the movement right here, and then we got other characters in the wave, which funny enough, last week we did a Jet figure, and so I still need Super Silver. I still want to get this Sonic specifically, but Tails is an energetic fox and one of Sonic's closest friends. That's all you really gotta know, apparently. But without further ado, let's open them up. I've seen some other Tails figures in the past, but yeah, this is the one I wanted, and I have a feeling that they're gonna make a new Tails that looks closer to the game model, because the face on this I feel doesn't perfectly match it. But then here's the Tails electronic. Get off there! There we go. Now we got trash, we're just gonna throw away. There we go. Oh my, I threw that a little too far. As excited as I am for this accessory the most, we gotta look at Tails first. So here's a closer look at Tails. I love how they're still able to get the slight gray into his ears. It's a little subtle on this figure with this lighting that I have right now, but it looks pretty good. Like I said, the face doesn't perfectly match the way the game model looks in my eyes. The way they chose how to handle the tails is pretty interesting. They look like it's already in motion. And I love the color tone they went for this as well, because I feel like we haven't had a good Tails figure for a while. And I feel like this is a good one. I think they did a decent job with this. And I'm thankful that you can use his tails as support. I feel like that's kind of necessary for a Tails figure. Yeah, but overall, I'm pretty chill with this. This looks really good. I love seeing the bottom of the shoes of the figures whenever I can. And this looks right. This looks good. The way his mouth looks, like, it looks like it's trying to be just a smile, but it's way too thick on the line. But other than that, I think it's like the shape of the ears, the size of the ears, as well as the size, not the size, but like the exact shape of the eyes. There's something that's slightly off that, like, it doesn't scream the perfect Tails for me. It doesn't fully match the game model. But for kids, this is not going to matter that much, but with me being a 31-year-old man, that matters to me a little bit, and I'm not the exact demographic for this, but oh well, what you gonna do? I'm not gonna get angry about it. I'm just gonna say, it's not perfect, but it's not bad. As much as I want to say that I wish it would have came with different tails so it looks more relaxed and stuff like that, if I really care about it that much, we have other Tails figures from some other companies. For example, we have the Jakks Collector's Tails, and this is by far the best Tails figure I have ever seen. I've collected since I was a kid. This is perfect. The way the ears are perfectly angled, especially at the tips. The way the irises are painted on the eyes, like this is really good. I think that's probably my biggest issue. I think it's just the irises for me, and the shape of the ears. But if I want different Tails, I have different options. If I want him to make it look more like this, I can. If I want it to be more relaxed, I can. If I want it to spin around, I can. It's kind of tough to ask for that out of a 4-inch figure. So with this being my option, I think it's fine. But I still have yet to see a Tails figure better than this. This is perfection. I'm not going to compare it to all the Tails figures. That's a little bit much. But if I compare it to the Nendoroid goes for its complete different own art style. And a lot of people are not a fan of the Tails Nendoroid when you compare it to other characters like Knuckles or Sonic. But for Tails Nendoroid by itself, I think it's fine. And I think it's cute. But, I don't know. It's fine. I don't want to compare it to all of them. I don't think it's that necessary, but the only other one I do really want to compare it to is the one that Jazwares made. Now, as much as I love the Jazwares figure so much, I hate the fact that he's too tall, and I hate the color of that can turn out really bad. Let me try that again. I wish they would have made a lighter tone of yellow. I wish it would have been more game accurate. I know they eventually did release one with the Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed line, and I'm not sure if they fixed it afterwards or not, but it definitely looks like Tails definitely got a tan, while this definitely screams more like the proper yellow that I think of Tails. So out of these two, I think I like the molding on this one more, but this is... I like this Tails a lot. And the biggest reason why, outside of being the proper color tone, is the scaling for me. For a while, we didn't have properly scaled Sonic and Tails figures. Tomy tried, it looked ugly, and we do have it now with the Jakks collector's figures, and now we also have it with the 4-inch figures. I say that, but these have been out for forever. I'm just now catching up with it. I'm sorry. I feel like if the iris placement was just a little bit lower, I feel like this would be looking a little bit better. But maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm just being too picky. I feel like this is a good enough figure. This is fine for a $10 cheap figure. But if you do want a perfect Tails figure, Jakks makes that as well with that collector's figure. This thing is the best Tails figure I've ever had. But the Jazwares one is still my favorite. I even had one from Toy Island when I was a kid. Both the bendy one as well as the actual proper articulated figure. And it had a gimmick where you could actually wind up the tail and it would actually spin. That was so cool. We don't get that anymore. And I kind of wish we did get that again. But hey, what you gonna do? That's just me being a boomer. That figure was so off model and just did not look good, but I took it at the time because that's what I wanted and that's what I like. Oh my god, I just realized I could have gotten one more Tails to like be part of the display, and like, it's such a missed opportunity. Hold on. If we're going to have some Tails figures, how are we not going to have him next to the Resource figure? Now this, I got secondhand off eBay. So, all these teeth marks or whatever, no, those aren't mine. So that said, I wish I still had my Toy Island ones. I'm pretty confident they might be laying around somewhere, but they're definitely like not in good shape. But let me take a closer look at this Tails electronics thing. It would be nice to have one where it's just like the thing by itself in its normal state and not the Sonic Colors version, just because like they talk with each other with those, like in what, Sonic Lost World. I think they do the same thing in Sonic Forces, and it would be nice to be able to have them communicate with each other and like have the proper accessories for that. But I love the fact that you have this little decal right here to like see the translations of like what they're saying. And I'm happy that Tails had this before Link had the Sheikah Slate. Just saying. Speaking of, how easily do you hold this? Let's see. That's impressive. It looks like it's a very loose grip, and I feel like anything could screw it up, but he has a big open grip, and he just holds it. However, I think it is a missed opportunity that, imagine releasing this and then also releasing a modern Sonic figure with a Wisp. I think that would have been perfect. That would have been so cool. But alas, we didn't get that. In fact, I'm actually surprised we don't have any like 2.5-inch Wisp accessories in the 2.5-inch line in general. We have little Badniks from the classic line, but what about modern? Can modern get love too? Oh, look at him holding it with both hands. That's so cute. I love this. Now I really wish I had a Wisp little figure to go with it. I have the big one from the collector's figure, but I want a little yacker. I want the one that he's like trying to talk to as he's translating. Yeah, I don't know about you. This is cute. But now I'm curious. I know they made other 4-inch Tails figures. I want to know what those ones look like specifically, because Obviously, they give him gripping hands to hold this, but like, what did the other figures look like? It looks like they also had some with him with just a standard fist, and it comes with like a little item capsule. Then they also have some where it's like the 30th anniversary one where it's a really weird neon color, and then there's also like the glossy looking one from the 3-pack that looks like it's from like Sonic Heroes or something. Well, that was fun. I think when I post them on the shelf, I'm not going to have the Tails electronic on him, but it's neat to have it as an option. So far, collecting these figures, these are cool. I do love these figures a lot. I personally still have more of a closer attachment to the Jazwares one, whether it be because sometimes the sculpt genuinely does look better, or maybe a little bit nostalgia is playing into effect as well. However, I can't deny that these 4-inch figures from Jakks have been phenomenal. These figures are so cool. Like, I do wish that they did have like movable elbows and stuff like that, and not just be stuck in a bent pose so it just ends up looking weird. But other than that, like, these molds are great. They did a decent job with these. They're not perfect, but for a $10 figure, like this is great. This is more than enough for me. I still dream of the day where maybe somebody like SH Figuarts or even Jada, I would love to see another toy company tackle these characters. But as of right now, Jakks has a death grip on the license, and to be honest, I think that's okay. Like, they've been doing a good job with these figures. But part of me wants to see more improvement. I want to see what other companies can add to the table to make these figures even better. Because as much as I love these figures, the movie Sonic that we have is going to be one of my favorite figures for a while because of the fact that he's so poseable and he can freely move, and like, he's just so good. And he's only a $15 figure. As well as Tamashii Nations doing their Dragon Ball Daima line where they can make tiny versions of Goku. Bells ring. But anyway, point is, the fact that Tamashii Nations is making really good figures at a very tiny scale with what they've done, Goku, Vegeta, and Piccolo so far. I have a feeling that if they had a hold of the Sonic license, they could make a good looking figure, and hopefully not make it too ugly or too brittle. So far, this is the best figure we've had articulation-wise, and I really love it. And personally, the Sonic Nendoroid is going to be my personal favorite figure throughout all the time. But I'm such a fan of what Jakks has done. And a part of me wants them to like hang the towel and move on so other people can try and make something better. But another part of me is like, Jakks, you've made so many good characters. What else do you have? Like, what else can you do? Also, the fact that we have a Sonic that's not completely top-heavy, he can actually support himself. I love that. But anyway, I'm done rambling. Thank you for listening to my TED Talk. If you're new and you like what you saw, you know what to do. In the description, there's going to be my social media for Instagram, Twitter, whatever. And I'm very excited to catch up on all these figures and have every figure in the line. This is going to be so cool. But anyway, thank you for watching. I love you guys to death. And I'll see you on the next one. So peace, peace.